A long time ago, there was a young adventurer somewhere in a parallel universe, and his name was... Well, we're not sure about his real name. All we know is that his nickname was the Swordbreaker. Once, when he was in a tavern spending his last money on a pint of beer, he noticed two men at the next table arguing about something. One of them stood up, smashed a bottle against the table, and stabbed the other one with its jagged edges. The next minute, the villain was gone. The adventurer rushed up to the dying man. In his dead throes, the man grabbed onto the hero's clothes and, just before breathing his last, handed him a scroll. Later, when the hero shut himself in the room he'd rented for the night, he unrolled the scroll, which turned out to be an old map with a castle. The adventurer's face lit up. He was broke and badly needed money. So the next day, he set out on a great journey full of dangers and chance encounters.
And welcome, my friends, to the visual novel RPG experience, where you choose your own adventure. The game known as Swordbreaker ASMR. By clicking on this video, you have selected your style of adventure. You have chosen the heart of a hero. Swordbreaker is a visual novel, a very simple premise that has been done in books and now also in game form. We will select our own adventure, and by making your choice and choosing to watch this video, you have chosen the traditional role-playing game, Hero, Heart of a Hero. So sit back and relax, and please enjoy, my friends, as we begin Swordbreaker, Heart of a Hero, ASMR. Please enjoy, my friends. We can see the beautiful artwork. The hero, Swordbreaker. We have two options, but we'll get to that later. After a long and tiring journey, the hero approached a huge ancient castle. From the look of it, the castle had been abandoned many centuries ago. But something gave him a mysterious feeling he wasn't alone. The adventurer saw an open window on the second floor. Which way to go? Walk through the gates or climb in through the window? Choose. We can either go through the gates or through the window. 1 for through the gates and 2 for through the window. That's as simple as the Swordbreaker ASMR experience has to be. Having the heart of a courageous hero, we would be bold and walk right through the front gates. Let's walk through the gates. The hero found himself in the castle courtyard. It was in ruins and desolation. Everything was covered with a thick layer of dust. Among the clutter on the floor, the hero noticed a manhole leading to the sewers. There was also a door nearby. What's your choice? Choose. Go through the door or climb down the manhole. The manhole's a sneakier option. Let's be bold and brave and go through the door. Through the oak doors, the hero cautiously stepped into a spacious hall. Armor, weapons hanging on the walls, torn curtains on the windows. It seemed there was no one there. All of a sudden, a ghost of a naked girl appeared before him out of thin air. She floated up to the adventurer and said, "Hello, I'm the maid. Why did you come to the castle?" That made his eyes pop out. Nice. Okay, the game's going in that direction, it seems. Regardless what he thinks, what should he say to her? Choose. Ask, where is the library? What is this castle called and who's the owner? Or you could... that doesn't seem like a good idea. That's a really good way to get myself cancelled now, Swordbreaker. Keep your dirty thoughts to yourself. Notice the detail in the art in the background. There's a beautiful woman in a portrait on the left. Perhaps some kind of nobility. But let's focus on the other woman we're staring at. The maid. Definitely not going to choose chapter free. Choice free. Yeah. Definitely not. What is this castle called and who is the owner? Asks the adventurer. This castle belongs to Neo the Dwarf. He spends all of his time in the treasury full of stolen jewels. He hasn't left the vault with the biggest and most expensive diamond in the world for more than 1,500 years. He asked me not to disturb him. The castle itself is throbbing with life. Well, if you call it life, that is. When the Lord left, the castle was occupied by a band of necromancers from the dead slumber. Some of the things to see in the castle are the kitchen, the prison, the torture chamber, the library, the armory, the Lord's chambers, the portal chamber, and other magnificent examples of the ancient art. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Ask where is the library or do a less than heroic action. Let's be heroic. Let's behave ourselves. Follow me, said the maid. The adventurer entered a huge library filled with ancient books and scrolls. There must be something worthwhile if you read it, but the hero knew nothing about books and could hardly spell. The library was dead silent. At the end of the hall, he saw a door which said librarian. Should he delve into the books or go straight to the librarian? Choose. Go through the books or go to the librarian? Let's go to the librarian. They can help us out. When the hero was entering the librarian's office, he accidentally knocked a book down with his sword. Stay where you are, you dumbhead. You're in the library. Keep it down, will you? The orc-like creature howled when he heard the thud. So this must be the librarian, thought the adventurer. He's probably very smart, and he must know the way to the treasury. Should he say sorry, or punish him for being so obnoxious? Choose. We can apologize, or if we had the heart of a killer, we could punish the librarian. Let's apologize. It was our mistake. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean it, said the hero. Oh, forget it. If you want to survive and don't mind helping me on the way, go to the archives and bring me that old textbook on nuclear physics. I wouldn't go there for myself. I'm too afraid of bugs, said the librarian. Fetch the book, or kill him. We are not in possession of the heart of a killer, but the heart of a hero. Let's help our fellow friend look for his book. The hero walked to the door leading to the archives. Should he open it, or forget it and get out of here while the librarian's not around? We could say screw him and forget looking for his book, if we had the heart of a coward. But let's just get on with it. Uh-oh. As soon as he entered the archives, the hero saw why the librarian was so reluctant to go there. Roaches. Lots and lots of them were scurrying around the room. One of the bugs, a really huge one, was getting closer and closer to the adventurer. Should he chop its legs and head off? Or maybe it's better to scare the roach by crushing the smaller ones. Choose. Cut its head off, thrust at its legs, or crush the smaller bugs. The big roach is the biggest threat. We need to be direct and precise and eliminate this thing quickly. Let's cut its head off. The adventurer cut the roach's head in two while beating the bugs off of his other hand. When the small roaches saw their leader dead, they scattered. Look at the dynamic art, showing the combat that took place. And we helped the orc librarian. As soon as the hero found the book, he heard the librarian's voice from behind. "I don't know how to thank you," he said, and grabbed the book from the hero's hands. "With my magical powers, I can send you to the dining hall, or to our garden. So where do you want to go?" he asked. Choose, to the garden or to the dining hall. Let's go to the dining hall. The adventurer entered an impressive-looking dining hall. In the middle, he saw a very well-laid table, served with many dishes. Everything was nice and clean. A huge crystal chandelier hanging from the ceiling illuminated the hall with lit candles. Someone was still living and eating there. There were several doors leading out of the hall. Should the hero sit down and have a meal, or smash the table with everything on it? Or perhaps it's better to drop into the kitchen, or take a look what's behind that door at the far end. Let's get a bite to eat. Gotta eat to keep our strength up. The hero sat down at the table to eat. When he finished his meal, he got up and thought where he should go next. Perhaps go to the kitchen to see what the cook is like. Or maybe he should just leave the dining hall. Let's go see the cook. The adventurer entered the kitchen. The whole place was in a creative mess. There were piles of dirty dishes, and the kitchen bins next to the stove. The hero also noticed a trapdoor in the floor. A huge fat cook was standing with his back to the adventurer, with a cleaver in his hand. Should the hero talk to him, or sneak past the cook? He's a big guy, but I get the feeling he's not a bad guy, just a cook. Let's talk to him. Hello? The hero said in a timid voice. "Hello," said the fat cook. "Who are you cooking for?" the adventurer asked. "For the Lord of Necromancers, sir. He's the master and the leader of the Dead Slumber Order. He's very powerful. He's the one who cannot be named. Just that he's got a very long name, you see. And he'll be furious if I don't cook his dinner in time. I can bet you my finger on that," said the cook, rubbing two stumps in his hand. "You know what? You can help me. I need you to go down to the cellar and fetch me a bottle of wine. They're having a party with succubus. I'd do it myself, you know, but I won't fit into the trapdoor. So you don't know." Should the adventurer help the cook, refuse, or kill this gutless servant of the necromancers? Choose. Help him, refuse, or kill him. Despite serving the necromancers, the cook seems like a good dude. Let's help him out. "Okay, I'll help you," said the hero, and went to the cellar. Combat. The adventurer climbed down the dark, torch-lit cellar. It was packed with bottles of wine, with an odd jar of pickles here and there. The cellar smelled of mouse droppings and dampness. While the adventurer was looking for the right bottle, a huge rat reaching the hero's waist emerged from behind the rack. The rat bared its teeth and went for the hero. Should he attack the beast with his sword or throw a torch at it? Choose. We could attack it with our sword, but we could send the giant rat into a frenzy by using our environment to our advantage. Let's throw a torch at it. The adventurer grabbed a torch from the wall and threw it at the giant rat, hitting it on the head. Look at that. Its fur caught fire, and the beast dashed off squeaking. Then the hero had no trouble finding the right bottle on the dusty racks, and got out of the cellar. The hero brought a bottle of wine to the fat cook, and proudly gave it to him. The fat cook took the wine, and thanked the hero. Now he could go on. The adventurer found himself in a long hall with a glass ceiling. It used to be the Lord's Oceanarium. Some glass was broken, so there was no water in the aquarium overhead, but the hall itself was flooded up to the hero's waist. There were some boxes and other junk floating in the water. Underneath he could see some fish. Should he make his way further, or take a closer look at the bottom? We don't know what's underneath, so let's not look. Let's keep going on. Uh-oh. The hero went on making his way through the water until he saw a fin at the far end of the hall. It was a shark, and it was coming closer and closer to him. Should the adventurer prepare for the attack or evade the shark? It's time to attack, now or never. The adventurer prepared for the attack, and when the shark was close enough, stabbed it in the side, just avoiding its sharp teeth. The wounded shark went for the hero again. Should he strike its head with the Swordbreaker, or throw one of the dresses floating around on its snout? There are dresses floating around. If you place it on a shark's snout, it will disorient it, which should give us a moment to strike. Throw a dress at it. Trust me. The hero caught the right moment and threw some rags on the shark's snout. After that, he had no trouble plunging his Swordbreaker from the top. The shark was finally dead, and the adventurer could go on its way. What the? This adventure's getting weird. Aliens? The adventurer found himself in a massive hall with a hole in one of the walls. Among some rubble, he saw a large metal disc with shining lights around its surface. There was smoke coming out of the saucer. It had been clearly damaged. Next to it there was a strange greenish big-eyed creature sitting on a rock. It looked very sad. Should the adventurer sneak past the creature or talk to it? It looks very sad. Perhaps this creature is capable of empathy. Let's go talk to them. The hero decided to talk and went up to the creature. "Hi, what's your name? Where do you come from?" asked the hero. "Greetings, Earthling. I'm Zet, one of the Magisates, a humanoid race. I deliver ammunition for Alien Tech Interstellar Corporation, AT for short. In case you're not aware, there's a war going on between the Interstellar Confederation and the Free Planets Coalition. The Confederation is losing at the moment. We don't have enough weapons, so our corporation has commissioned Hans, the local blacksmith, to supply nuclear rockets for the IC. I've come here to pick up the rockets, but on my way to the castle something went wrong with the autopilot, and my spaceship crashed into the wall instead of landing in the courtyard. Now the ship is badly damaged. I sent out an SOS and I'll have to wait for our guys to respond," said the alien. Huh? The adventurer could hardly follow Zed. "Why am I telling you this? It's as if I tried to explain the corpuscular and wave theory of light to you. A countryman like you won't get it anyway. The only thing you could do for me is clear the debris," said Zet. Should the adventurer help him, or pretend to be really busy, or tell him to get lost? It's a strange turn of events, but he hasn't been violent. We've helped everyone we've met so far. Even though he's an alien, makes no difference. Someone needs help. Heart of a hero. "Okay, I can help you with that," said the adventurer. So they set to work together, the alien from one side, the hero from the other. They were almost done when the spaceship suddenly skidded down the rubble towards the adventurer. Should he run for his life or warn Zet? Gotta help our buddy out. Let's give Zet a heads up. As soon as the hero called Zet, the alien pressed a button on his suit, and the adventurer got teleported to the other end of the room. "Thanks for your help. Just give me a shout if you need me, okay?" said Zet. Now the hero could go on. Most unusual, this fantasy setting. It is both fantasy and sci-fi. Apparently the blacksmith has been creating warheads for the aliens. So it's not just historical medieval action. The science fiction elements. A strange combination, but interesting nonetheless. The next moment, the hero found himself in a spacious, luxurious room with a magnificent bed next to the wall. This was the chamber of Lord Neo IV himself. The adventurer felt some dark vibes from this place. It was as if someone was watching him. What should he do next? Rummage through the wardrobe for something useful, or lie down in the bed and take a nap? Let's get some rest and think about this. The adventurer lay down on the magnificent bed and fell asleep. In his dream, he was in a strange place called the astral world. Once inside, the hero found himself in a spectacular otherworldly room. Suddenly a beautiful girl appeared before him out of thin air, beckoning him. Should he approach her? Come closer to the girl? No way. According to the cook, the necromancers had a succubus, a succubi, a female demon that drains the life from adventurers. Don't fall for it. She may be beautiful, but she's fatal. We could fight the succubus, but it's time for our good deeds to reward us. Let's call Zet for help. The alien appeared in the middle of the astral room, and without thinking twice, shot the succubus with his blaster. The plasma beam hit the demoness in the chest, burning a huge hole through it. Wow, plasma technology versus an ancient succubus. That's something I never thought I would see. The temptress fell on the floor and began to dissolve. As soon as she was gone, Zet pushed a button on his spacesuit and disappeared. The astral room faded away, and the hero found himself back on the Lord's bed. He thanked the alien in his mind and went down the castle's hallways, secretly wondering to himself, was that all just some weird, trippy dream, or did it actually happen? Who knows? Let Swordbreaker continue his adventure. The adventurer entered a dark room. In the corner, there was a man in black armor sitting on a chair. The room didn't have any more doors. In the other corner, he noticed a glowing magical portal. This must be the portal room. "Who are you?" asked the hero. "I'm Sylvester. I am the Knight of the Temple of Fate. It is my job to protect the portal from the necromancers," said the man. "Oh, I was just looking for them, and for the treasury. Will you let me through?" asked the adventurer. "Only you can choose your path. How did you prove yourself? Who did you help? Did you kill a lot? Or maybe you have a yellow streak down your back. I can read you like a book, you know. This room will lead you to your destiny. Prepare yourself and enter the portal," said the knight. All right. Let's see which trial Sylvester has in store for us. Let's enter the portal. The hero entered the glowing portal, and reality warped around him. When the adventurer opened his eyes again, he found himself in a small room with a window. This must be one of the castle towers. What kind of trial is that, the hero wondered. A demon. Then he heard the Knight of the Temple of Fate. "You are a brave and kind-hearted warrior. You have helped many in this castle and even spared some in the battle. So in the trial you deserve, you will have to face the astral demon that lives in this tower and keeps a kidnapped princess as his prisoner. If you defeat the demon, you will bask in glory for years to come, said the knight. The next moment, the skies opened, and the astral demon with a flaming sword entered the room through the space rift. Should the hero attack or talk to the demon? This demon is a trial. It won't be interested in talking. The only way out is through battle. Let's attack it. The adventurer rushed into the attack, but some mysterious force lifted him up in the air. It was the work of the astral demon and his magic power. As the demon was getting closer and closer, the hero had to decide what to do next. Throw his sword at the monster, or wait till he is near. We could attack the demon by throwing our sword at it, but we will be left defenseless. Let's wait for a better opportunity to strike. The adventurer waited patiently for the astral demon to come closer, and when he did, the hero plunged his sword into the demon and crushed his skull with a Swordbreaker to make sure he was dead. The astral demon started to vanish in the air. The spell was lifted, and the hero tumbled down on the floor. The adventurer gathered his strength and entered the second room in the tower. Inside, he saw an iron door with a huge padlock. Behind the door, he heard someone crying. Should the adventurer knock it down with his sword or pick it with a nail? Let's be subtle about this and pick the lock with a nail. The demon goes down, a sword in the chest and cracking its skull with the Swordbreaker. What if it's a trap? Thought the hero, and picked up a nail. A couple of minutes later, he managed to open the door. He entered a tiny room and saw a gorgeous girl in a magnificent dress lying on a bed. She stopped crying and looked at the adventurer. "Who are you? What do you need?" she asked cautiously. "I've come for you." "There's no time to explain. Come on. I have to take you to a safe place," said the hero. "But I can't leave the room. The Lord of Necromancers will find me anyway," she said. "Right. Then I'll go and slit this old pearl's throat and come back," said the adventurer, and headed for the exit. "Wait. Let me give you my blessing, or you won't sustain the Necromancer's curse. By the way, I'm Princess Anastasia," she said. Should the adventurer agree? Look at the princess. This is the woman that was in the painting earlier. Should we agree to receive the princess's blessing or not? If we're going to take on the Necromancer, we need to be able to survive his curse. Let's agree to receive the princess called Anastasia's blessing. "Sure, it won't hurt me," said the adventurer. Anastasia whispered something, waved her hands, and then gave him a kiss on the cheek. "That was just a preview," she said, blushing. "Whoa now. Behave." The hero climbed down the spiral stairs and entered the throne room. The Necromancer was standing in the middle. "I see you've prepared well. My spell had no effect on you," the Lord said in surprise. "Yes, I know what you're up to," said the adventurer. "Oh right, you must have met my niece, beautiful Anastasia. Do you like her? She's going to be my wife soon, and together we will have such power you can't even imagine," said the Necromancer. "Nuh-uh, that ain't gonna happen." "Yes, she is good. Too good to be yours, I'd say. So I'll keep her to myself instead. As for you, take this!" The hero cried angrily and attacked the warlock. Meanwhile, the Necromancer cast a spell. Should the adventurer rush to the Lord or throw his sword at him? If we throw the sword, we will be defenseless. Run up to the warlock. the adventurer decided not to waste time and went for the Lord, bold, direct. But the necromancer saw it coming and sent a lightning bolt at him. But the hero had a narrow escape from the charge. Now he was ready to attack the warlock with the Swordbreaker. Should he frost at him from the top or knock the Lord down? Tackle him. We need to ground him so he can't use any more spells. The adventurer decided to tackle the necromancer, which took him by complete surprise. The warlock fell on his back, hitting his head against the floor. However, that didn't stop him for long, and they struggled on. The Lord raised his black dagger, aiming for the hero's chest, inches from death. But the adventurer grabbed his wrist just in time. Should he turn the dagger around or hit the warlock with his knee? The dagger is the immediate threat. Turn it around. Send him to the Shadow Realm. The adventurer braced himself for the fight and began twisting the necromancer's wrists. He finally managed to turn the dagger around, grab the handle, and stab the warlock in the heart. The strength left the necromancer, and his heart stopped. The adventurer threw the dead body off himself and went for the exit. That's when he thought about the treasury, but then remembered Princess Anastasia. Was it really the diamond he was looking for in the castle? Why would he need a huge gem anyway? The hero opened the door to the tower and saw Anastasia. There was no need to explain. She looked him in the eye and threw herself into his arms, kissing him. Love blooms, even on a battlefield. The brave adventurer realized no treasure in the world was worth more than true love. He took the princess and led her out the same way he came to the tower, through the main gate. The necromancer is slain, and Princess Anastasia has been rescued. Time for the epilogue to this story of Swordbreaker. This is how the story ends for the brave adventurer, the hero who brought Princess Anastasia home and married her. They had a splendid wedding and the whole city was invited to the feast. The townsmen celebrated their new prince, glorifying his deeds for centuries to come. As for the Swordbreaker, he was absolutely happy. He had found his true treasure after all. And that was Swordbreaker, ASMR, Heart of a Hero. A visual novel, choose your own adventure RPG. Congratulations, you found your way to the treasures of the castle. The unique aspect of Swordbreaker is that was just one path I took, where we became a hero. There are many variations to this story. In this one, we saved Princess Anastasia, married her, and destroyed the necromancer. But there are many different paths to take in Swordbreaker. You could encounter necromancers, haunted ghosts, zombies, succubus, princesses, and other strange creatures such as aliens and even stranger creatures than that. If you look at the castle map, look how many options there are in the castle map. Many of them, highlighted in red, signify a choice where you could have died and ended your adventure. We chose Heart of a Hero, where we saved Princess Anastasia. There are many ways to go through Swordbreaker ASMR. I only hope that this one that I have shown you today was an entertaining, relaxing, visual novel role-playing game experience. Thank you for choosing to watch Swordbreaker ASMR, Heart of a Hero. If you'd like to see an alternate route to this game being completed, there are two other options. In a playlist, there will be the option not only to watch Heart of a Hero, but also Heart of a Coward, which is a much different experience, or Heart of a Killer. Let me know what you think of this adventure. I personally recommend Swordbreaker ASMR. Not only is it a fun visual novel experience, if you go in most stores where you can purchase this game, it is incredibly cheap and inexpensive to buy. So I praise the creators of this game. Thank you for a cost-saving, fun, role-playing experience. And to you too, my friends, for watching this video. I am Alakazam ASMR, and thank you for watching Swordbreaker Heart of a Hero ASMR. Take it easy, my friends, and I'll see you in the next great adventure, no matter who you are or where you are. Take care of yourself, my friends. I believe in you. You got this. Auf Wiedersehen and adios, my friends.